Your angels are coming close to you now because they know there is something heavy on your heart. You have been wondering if there was a fight in your person's family connected to you, and if the truth about what has been hidden is finally coming out. The angels want you to pause and listen carefully because what they are about to reveal is important for your journey. They hold your heart with tenderness and want you to know that, yes, something did happen behind closed doors in your person's family. It was not just an ordinary disagreement, but something that shook the whole energy of their household. And you, dear one, were at the center of it, not because you caused chaos, but because your presence has always been the light that exposed truths that others wanted to keep hidden. Recently, there was a moment where things could no longer be ignored. Your person, the one whose soul has always been connected to yours, was forced to face the tension between two worlds, the life they were expected to live and the life they secretly longed for. In that moment, someone in their family, perhaps a parent or a controlling relative, confronted them, and your name surfaced. It was not just spoken as a memory, but as a powerful reminder that continues to return again and again to your person's heart. Words were exchanged, heavy and full of emotion. It became more than just a disagreement. It became a breaking point that had been building up for a very long time. The angels show this energy through the card of the Two of Wands, which speaks of choices and direction. Your person has been standing between two paths, looking at their future and realizing that the old way no longer satisfies their soul. They have been questioning whether they should stay where they are, living a life shaped by others' expectations, or take a bold step toward what is real and true. And every time they dream of a life that feels honest, their heart points toward you. You are not just a memory to them. You are the vision they hold when they imagine peace, love, and a home that feels alive with truth. But choosing you is not simple for them. It threatens the structure their family has worked hard to maintain. So when your name came up in that family confrontation, it released everything that had been buried: accusations, fears, and suppressed truths. Your person was likely called selfish, irresponsible, or unrealistic for wanting to follow their heart. But in the middle of that storm, something within them shifted. Even if they didn't speak every word they wanted, even if they didn't defend you fully, something inside their soul made a decision. That decision is now shaping their future. The angels want you to understand this clearly. You are not the cause of this conflict. You are the mirror that reflects your person's deepest desires. Your energy has reminded them of the life they know they deserve, but were too afraid to pursue. Their family senses that connection and fears the changes it could bring. That is why they resisted. Not because you are wrong for your person, but because you represent freedom from control, limitation, and outdated traditions. The fight was never about you being bad. It was about you being too powerful to ignore. This confrontation has awakened your person. They can no longer deny that the life they have been living is not truly theirs. The fight, painful as it was, became the cry for freedom their soul needed. It marked the beginning of their awakening. They are no longer thinking only of keeping peace. They are preparing to make choices that will align with their truth. You may feel guilty or confused, especially since you weren't there to see what happened. But your angels lift that weight from you. They remind you that everything unfolded by divine guidance. This was not random or meaningless. It was the universe setting things into motion. Your person is realizing that the life they have been forced to live is not the one their soul agreed to before this lifetime. They are remembering their true path, and you are part of that remembrance. You are no longer just a thought in the back of their mind. You have become their compass, the reminder of the life and love they crave. The fight that broke out in their family was messy, yes, but it was also sacred. It forced hidden truths into the open. It was the beginning of a cleansing. The old patterns are being broken so that new ones can form. The angels want you to hold your heart gently and know this storm is not the end, but the clearing before something better rises. Your person is now being guided by the angels to review everything they have avoided, reconsider the choices they made out of fear, and finally prepare to walk toward what feels real. The angels also remind you that you are not being asked to fix anything or reach out in desperation. Your role now is to trust what you cannot see. Keep your heart open, stay grounded, and allow your light to remain steady. What has been written for you both across lifetimes is beginning to unfold. The truth has cracked open, and it will only rise stronger from here. Your love is not weak or unnoticed. The angels see how faithfully you have held this connection despite silence, distance, and confusion. They want you to know that your name was indeed part of this conflict, but not in the way your fears might suggest. You were not the cause of chaos. You were the proof of truth. You were the undeniable reflection of what your person truly wants. Your energy carries peace, grounding, unconditional love, and the kind of presence that cannot be imitated. When someone like you touches the life of someone weighed down by duty and expectations, it unsettles everything that was built on fear and control. And this is exactly what happened. Your love reminded your person of what home should feel like, what real love means. And that reminder triggered the storm. Their family, sensing this change, resisted. They questioned your role, your intentions, perhaps even painted you in a negative light. But your person, carrying the tension of years of silence, could no longer hold it in. That is why the explosion happened. This moment was about more than one disagreement. It was about all the years of hidden truth. Your person has been trying to please everyone, to play roles they never chose, to maintain harmony that never truly felt peaceful. But your energy has been the quiet reminder of what peace actually feels like. Even from a distance, your presence has become their sanctuary. And now, they are facing the choice they can no longer avoid: betray their heart to keep others comfortable, or finally admit what they have always known: you are their home. The angels say your love did not break their family apart. It simply made the truth visible. And the truth is powerful enough to shake every false foundation. Do not shrink now. Do not let fear silence your heart. The angels are guiding your person through this unraveling. They are helping them understand what it means to choose love that is aligned with their soul. Yes, it may take time. Your person may still hesitate or feel guilt, but the process has begun, and it cannot be undone. The old illusions are falling, and what is rising is real love, the kind that cannot be denied. This is not a repeat of the past. This is a new cycle where love leads and fear no longer controls the path. The angels are preparing you for reunion, not just of two hearts, but of two lives finally aligned. You are being reminded that what is falling apart was never meant to hold your love anyway. The truth is rising now, and it is bringing your person home to you. You have always been their safe place, their compass, their light. And now, the universe is making sure that nothing can keep that truth hidden anymore. So trust the process. Trust the wheel of destiny that has begun to turn. Trust that even in the chaos, love is leading. You have not lost anything. You have been part of awakening a truth that was destined to rise. The angels surround you in their light, asking you to rest your heart and believe. What is coming is not destruction, but freedom. It is the love you both were meant to live, the kind of love that survives storms, rises from ashes, and finally stands in truth. My dear one, the angels want you to know that something very important has happened in your person's family. What took place was not just a fight or an ordinary disagreement. It was the release of a truth that had been held back for a very long time. The energy of love that connects you and your person finally rose to the surface in a way that could no longer be denied. This truth is deeply emotional, full of vulnerability, and carries with it the sacred recognition that you have always been more than just a passing part of their life. You were never forgotten, never just a memory. They always carried you as the beginning of something they never had the courage to complete. Now, because divine timing is perfect, the universe allowed that truth to come out, even if it created waves within their family. Your person could no longer hold back their emotions. Imagine a cup being filled drop by drop, by longing, memory, hope, and even heartbreak. Eventually, that cup becomes so full that it spills over. That is what happened. Perhaps someone in their family asked about you casually, or maybe there was silence that became too heavy to bear. Whatever the trigger was, it touched your person so deeply that they could not pretend anymore. Maybe words were spoken, maybe their voice trembled, or maybe tears revealed what words could not express. Either way, the truth broke free. The people around them may have felt fear, resistance, or even anger, but this release was necessary. Love of this depth cannot stay buried forever. It will always find a way to rise. You are the one who saw your person's soul without masks. You loved them for who they truly are, not for the image they were forced to present to the world. That kind of love leaves a permanent mark. Their family may have tried to guide them down a safer path, believing they were protecting them from pain, rejection, or judgment. But the angels see it differently. What really happened is that your person was being asked to silence their joy, to bury their truth, and to dim the light that you brought into their life. That light was not meant to be hidden. It was written into their soul long before this lifetime began. And now, that truth has begun to rise. The argument that broke out was not simply about anger. It was about love finally demanding to be seen. Your person, perhaps quietly and perhaps with tears, allowed the truth of their feelings for you to spill out. They never meant to cause chaos, but their heart could not stay silent any longer. This is a rare and precious moment. For the first time in a long time, they allowed themselves to feel and express the depth of their emotions. They are no longer hiding behind logic, fear, or family expectations. They touched the raw truth of what it means to love you, to miss you, and to ache for your presence. You did not cause this unraveling. You were the light that revealed it. Your love acted as a mirror, showing them where they had been living only halfway, where they were suppressing their truest desires. Their family may not be ready to accept this love, but it is no longer something your person can deny. Their truth poured out like water from an overflowing vessel, and now healing begins. You may even feel this shift in your own heart. Waves of emotion, tears, dreams, and energy that seem to come without reason. That is because your souls are connected, and you are now receiving their heart's truth more strongly than ever before. Even if they have not reached out to you yet, even if they are still processing what happened, something within them has changed forever. The person who once suppressed, hid, and denied now knows the cost of pretending. They have tasted the freedom of speaking their truth, and that taste will not leave them. It will only grow stronger. The angels want you to know that you have not been waiting in vain. You have been holding the space for this very moment. The sacred moment when the love you gave freely rises again like a tide and changes everything. Yes, this fight may have shaken their family. Yes, it may have forced your person to stand alone in a way they never have before. But it also reveals something powerful. Real love is worth the risk, worth the discomfort, worth everything. They are now learning that your love is not a chapter to close. It is the beginning of the story they were always meant to live. When they come to you again, it will not be with masks or fear. It will be with the vulnerability of someone who has cried out in the dark and finally found the courage to follow their heart. They now understand that love is not meant to be hidden. It is meant to be lived, spoken, and chosen. And when they choose, they will choose you, not out of desperation, but because no one else has ever made their soul feel so alive. What happened in their family was not just conflict. It was truth being born. Your person has lived too long between two worlds, the world of duty and the world of love. That pressure could not last forever. Their family may have tried to keep control, but your presence stirred their heart awake. They are now realizing that living for survival is not the same as living for joy. The storm that erupted was heaven's way of clearing the fog. It forced your person to see that hiding their feelings is not sustainable. And now, even in the silence, their decision is unfolding quietly, powerfully, and irreversibly. The angels want you to understand something very important. You are not the cause of chaos. You are the catalyst for freedom. You are not the problem. You are the mirror of truth. This fight was never really about you. It was about what you represent. Love without conditions, freedom of choice, and the peace that only comes from authenticity. That is why things boiled over, because your person's soul is no longer willing to hide. They have finally seen that protecting everyone else's comfort is costing them their own happiness. And now, the chains are loosening. They are beginning to reach for the key, the choice of love, the choice of truth, the choice of you. Even if they are quiet now, even if they seem withdrawn, the shift is real. The king who once ruled with restraint has felt the flood of his emotions, and he can no longer go back. He has seen what it feels like to be honest, even for a moment, and that glimpse of truth will guide him back to the shore of your love. You may feel heavy with emotion, but trust that your soul is already sensing this connection. What feels like chaos is actually clarity. What looks like conflict is actually correction. This is not the end. It is the turning point. So, dear one, stay soft and stay open. Do not fear the silence. Within it, truth is blooming. The love you gave so selflessly is not forgotten. It is becoming the very anchor that your person is reaching for. Your love is not just a memory. It is becoming a choice. And now, for the first time in a long time, your person is standing at the edge of that choice, with your love shining like a light calling them home. The angels are holding you close and reminding you that everything is unfolding as it was always meant to. The eruption of truth was necessary. It may have caused pain, but it also opened the door to healing, freedom, and a love that is no longer afraid to be lived.